What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about Dark Dimension 5, strategies for Dark Dimension 5, and this is in order to prepare for Dark Dimension 5 and start investing in the characters that might fulfill your goals for Dark Dimension 5, whether it will be rushing as fast as possible or using a strategy to beat the nodes very fast, or just invest in the characters that you think are worth it. In this video we are going to take a look at one of the strategies that you can follow for it. So this is going to be on the Cosmic Line, so this is about the Cosmic Line strategy. On previous Dark Dimensions we had 4 nodes, then we got 3. Now we have 3 once again. We still don't know the enemies, so what we are talking about today might not be 100% valid, but I want to give you the reasons why I think this is a good path going forward. Okay, so let's get started. We are on the last node of Dark Dimension 4, and I'm going to use a team that I think they have a good strategy overall, and I will explain why, and then I will show you why. Okay, so the team that I'm using, and this is not the team that I want to bring, I'm just using this team to show you. We have Cull Obsidian, Thanos, Deathpool, we have Phyla-Vell, and we have Moondragon. Now, I'm not suggesting for you to bring Cull Obsidian or Thanos. They are here just to replace Icarus and Cersei. If you have those characters, even if they are at 3 stars, 3 yellow stars, 3 red stars, you should still bring them, because their kits are so overpowered that it will make a huge difference. On top of that, Cersei and Icarus work very well with Deathpool and with Phyla-Vell because of their abilities to use drains, because of their abilities to use death proofs and gain a drain from that. If you have drain on a character, Phyla-Vell will give it 50% drain. 50% is based on the base attack they have, so if it says 50%, it's 50% of your base attack coming back as health when you do damage to the enemies. And then you also have a Deathpool that gives drain to Mystic allies, and both Cersei and Icarus, they are both Mystic. Then we have Moondragon. Moondragon, she is here just to complement the team. Because of Moondragon and Phyla-Vell, we have assists that can provide offense down on the enemies, increasing the survivability, especially if you have a small Cersei and a small Icarus. And she can also give defense up and deflect to the entire team, which is nice because Phyla-Vell and Deathpool don't have easy ways to get a defense up, or at least on a shorter cooldown that makes it relevant. And she also applies slow and turn rewind, removes positive effects from the enemies, and then with Deathpool we can use that to spread it around. So yeah, there are a lot of tools that will allow you to have a great strategy when using these 3 characters, Deathpool, Phyla-Vell and Moondragon, and if you have them to complement Cersei and Icarus, it will be a very strong team. In terms of longevity, is this team still going to be relevant? We have Deathpool, she's great on the Doom raids. Cersei and Icarus, they are going to be relevant for Arena, we don't know exactly how much. And Phyla-Vell and Moondragon, even that they are not the best characters right now in terms of meta, Phyla-Vell is still very good on several bio nodes or gamma nodes, and you can also use her on the Doom raids instead of one of the symbiotes. She can be quite helpful there, and Moondragon is a nice second place in order for the skill nodes on the Doom raids, so it's not like she's terrible. And they are still part of one of the top 3 Alliance Wars offensive teams, so it's not like your investment is going to waste. There are other characters that are very interesting. but we don't know exactly how much they will be in the future, and even if they are going to be farmable to a point that becomes relevant. Okay, so let's take a look at this team in action and see the strategy of the death proofs and the drain mechanic working, and also how we can use the Phylavel and Moondragon to spread all the negative effects around after with the death pool in order to increase the survivability and the control of our team. Okay, so let's get started, and we don't need to do the entire node. Let's see how long, how much we can do for a while, for a few minutes. And yeah, it's good that you start preparing for the Dark Dimension 5, and if some of the characters overlap with the characters that you're already using in raid, that's going to be extremely important because it will allow you to do more damage and so on. Okay, so let's go after Scientist Supreme. She's very annoying and she got deleted because I had full charges. Now I should let you know that Deadpool ultimate is bugged, her passive is also bugged, and yeah, so sometimes the ultimate, if the character has deflect, it doesn't work, and yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so we apply the offense down for 2 turns. Now let's turn rewind this guy like that, and because of the slow now and the turn rewind, we should have enough time for Deadpool to take action. So we are going to apply Drain to our team, and whenever Call Obsidian retaliates, he is also going to heal up, which is quite nice thanks to that death proof mechanic, and it will be the same for Icaris and Cersei. Okay, so I forgot about this guy. No problemo. Okay, so we'll not be able to spread the negative effects around, that's fine. Okay, so we have the first death proof, it was removed. Now let's heal up with the Moondragon. We have that defense down over there. We have the block. Where is my Moondragon? Interesting. Okay, so we have stun on Thanos, that's fine. Now let's smash here. Now let's remove the negative effects, get some barrier. We still have 1 turn of offense down and of slow, so we can still use it. Okay, so Moondragon is finally back. We still have that taunt, so we are going to keep it. We don't want to waste our special. Now we can go with the taunt on Thanos. Because I have Thanos as a fortifier, he actually becomes a lot better because of the minor defense up plus the barrier. But I will let you know that the fortifier isolate is also bugged. Surprise, surprise. And yeah, it's also bugged because sometimes it doesn't apply. It should refresh every turn, but it's not the case. Okay, so we have to deal with Scientist Supreme once again. That's fine. She's going to apply a bunch of negative effects to us, but to the enemy team as well. But because she had offense down, we were not so affected by it. Okay, so we are just recovering because we didn't have perfect cooldowns from the node before. So as you can see, now Thanos has 1 turn of a minor defense up, and he should have 2 turns. It should refresh every turn. And now we have Thanos again with the basic. No problem, let's get rid of Doctor Strange now. Now let's make sure that okay, let's save that healing for later. Let's remove Doctor Strange, he already did way too many funny things. Call Obsidian with a smash. He doesn't have any death proof now, so this is a problem. Let's apply offense down to that guy, to the second Graviton. And now let's attack everyone. So as you can see, the team has insane sustain, and because we have the mystic characters, because we have the death proofs, now we don't have any with the Call Obsidian. We have to get it once again. And now let's let's save this for later. Now we can taunt once again. Here we go. One thing that you could consider, and that I'm not doing here, is that my Moondragon, she only has ISO at level 3. She only has ISO at level 2, and because of that she's not giving regeneration to anyone. If she would have regeneration, Call Obsidian would have 1000 plus resistance, so that would be a lot more interesting, because as you can see, many times he's getting his negative effects removed or his positive effects removed, and that's not something we should look for. Okay, so but as you can see, the sustain of this team is quite amazing, and with the combination of Moondragon, Deadpool and Phyla-Vell, applying offense down, slow, and spreading it around, it's quite significant. Okay, so now we have a much stronger team, so let's go for this. Let's apply the 2 turns on Taskmaster, and now we can spread it around. We could wait for the slow, but Moondragon just had her turn, so let's just move on. Now let's remove that offense up, and now let's apply offense down with the Thanos on some other character. He has the barrier, he has the minor defense up, and he becomes a lot more tanky like this. So let's now turn rewind the Taskmaster. We don't want any blinds, thank you very much. And let's continue attacking him. 3 charges now on Deadpool. Now let's go for the big damage. Offense up, defense up, and death proof if the enemy has any buff. It was not the case, but that's fine. Okay, now we have to deal with that taunt. And now Thanos, because he has the taunt, he has that big resistance, and like I was saying, Call Obsidian retaliates every time someone attacks Thanos. Okay, let's attack. And because of this combination, minor defense up, barrier, and offense down on the damage on the enemies that do the most damage, we are able to keep Thanos very healthy. Okay, so now we can heal up and apply defense down. So let's do that. It's not like exactly we need it, but let's speed up a little bit. Let's see if we can get anywhere near a useful place in this node. Okay, now we have the blind. We have that thing, the bleed. It's irrelevant. Let's save the barrier for later, because Taskmaster might apply stun soon, and with the barrier we can remove it. Okay, so now let's we have the blind, but that's fine. This ability cannot miss. Now let's go after all the damage, and now with the Deadpool we destroy all of them. So as you saw, we were facing many characters that do big damage to us, and we did just fine. And this combination is actually pretty cool, having Thanos with Phyla-Vell and Deadpool, because like this we can spread the negative effects more often with Deadpool, and we can have the barrier to remove the negative effects from us more often. Now, should you invest in Thanos? I'm not sure. If you are bringing all the Eternals, maybe it doesn't make too much sense. But if you don't want to bring Moondragon, it's a possibility. It's not like he's a terrible option, and the energy will always be fine. Okay, so we have a little bit of barrier. Let's go for the taunt once again. Increase resistance. Let's go. Now we have the offense down, and this is why Moondragon is nice. Phyla-Vell, whenever Moondragon does the basic, applies the offense down, and that's very useful for us. Now we have that slow over there. It's not great, but sure, no problem. Okay, let's keep the taunt. The taunt is also useful to remove negative effects and to heal up a little bit of the other abilities. So as you can see, insane sustain, and even with the Eternals we can do a similar team. And like I said before, I'm not using Call Obsidian to telling you, oh no, you have to gear up Call Obsidian. No, there are better characters than that. I just think one of those characters is not... Guess the Okay, let's clear up this last wave. And the good thing about Deadpool is that whenever we have one of those crucial targets, many times can be Falcon or Jessica Jones, to remove all the negative effects and ruin all our control, it's nice that we can 100% delete it with Deadpool, and this is why I like Deadpool so much for Dark Dimension. Okay, so we have offense down on all these characters, that's fine. So now let's we have the deflect as well, defense up. Yeah, I think there is some kind of bug. If you have defense up, then the minor defense up doesn't apply. But in the last patch it did, so I don't know. In the last patch you could have both at the same time. Now they try to fix something, and I think they broke another thing at the same time. Okay, so now we have the Hulks attacking, we have all of these characters with slow and defense down, so let's continue to go after Falcon. We don't want him to do anything funny, like his special. The ultimate is fine, the special not so much. Okay, we are getting smacked, look at that. Now, even if we would get the heal block now, that's fine because we have the barrier. And this is why it's so cool to have Thanos, Phyla-Vell and Deadpool together, because of all the extra energy we can get. Okay, so more death proof. Now let's speed up, and by speed up is by doing more damage. We apply defense down to all of them. So now they have 2 turns slow, defense down and offense down. We can capitalize on that with all of the basic abilities. Look at that. Cull Obsidian does tons of damage with his basic, is just incredible. He's a little bit slow, that's fine, but all the retaliation attacks that he does, they are still massive. So as you just saw, blocked and still did 70,000, now 100,000, more 100,000. So he's doing tons of damage without even having his turn. Now Thanos is a little bit low, so let's get him up. There you go, full health once again. And now we can delete all these minions and get the energy back to full. We should have the barrier once again with the Phyla-Vell, of course. Now let's go after Mr. Fantastic. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, here we go. Now offense down to those 2. And now I just have to focus on these 2 Hulks and we'll be done here. Okay, let's go with a taunt just to heal up a little bit. And another thing is that we can have the distraction. And yeah, Cull Obsidian is actually pretty cool here. Or, I mean, overall this team is actually very cool. So yeah, if you have the 2 Eternals, which you should, and like I said before, even if you have them at 3 yellow and 3 red, they are going to be quite amazing. They have such a high stats compared to the other characters that is just great, and especially because they work so well together, and they get defense up and speed up and all those things automatically from their kits, so it's like they have double of the value. So because of all that, they are definitely crucial, but I would tell you to consider using Deadpool, Moondragon and Phyla-Vell because of all the mechanics that they do, the negative effects that they apply, the spreading, the barrier, the buffs and all the healing and so on. I think that will make a great team, and it will allow you to be successful in Dark Dimension 5 and not struggling with the nodes. There you have a lot of tools to avoid difficult situations like Emma Frost with 80,000 resistance like we had in Dark Dimension 4, and other kinds of problematic situations because of the control we have with all these characters. So yeah guys, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these 3 characters, Moondragon, Phyla-Vell and Deadpool, plus the other Eternals in order to use them on Dark Dimension 5. Do you think this death-proof strategy, death-proof with Drain, is a good way to keep your sustain? You think this way of spreading offense down and slow with the death pool and the fire level is a good way to increase your survivability? Let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this, and if you like this video, like always, make sure you smash that like button like a boss, and if you found the information on this video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.